And we are live. Woohoo.
Ooh.
Hello everyone. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Welcome to our light-hearted business chat. We've got Raza and Kat in the house. Hi Raza, how
Hey,
you
Kat.
doing?
It's good to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm super excited and overflowing with appreciation for having you. I'm
It,
absolutely buzzing.
it's a privilege to be here. I am looking forward to chatting with you and, of course, those people who are watching.
Yes. And I've got to say thank you so much for each one of you who are watching live or watching the replay. Let us know where you're watching from. So both of us, we are part of a huge, growing global entrepreneur community, me and Raza. And I've started my own digital business last year in March. And I felt this deep desire for a change and took a leap of faith and dived into this digital space. So here I am today, not only running my own digital business, but I'm also helping others to create a change. It's completely changed my life, and we are here to share. So let
Yeah,
me just give a little bit of intro before I let you introduce yourself, if that's
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
For those who haven't met me before, or those who met me before but not sure what I'm doing on social media. So I'm Kathleen Okeke. I'm from the UK. I'm originally from Hungary. I've been living here with my beautiful family almost for 20 years. And I'm a wife. We are blessed with four beautiful children. Actually, my eldest, she's a young adult. That shows my age. And uh, my profession is interpreter and advocate. Currently, I'm based in a government settings and in a 9 to 5 government settings as an admin. And I am a successful digital business owner.
Woo!
So this is how we connect. This is how we come across each other path. We share this amazing global community. And I've got to say, Raza, I'm absolutely inspired by you. And I've been following your online journey for some times, I've got to say, and truly inspired by your story. And I felt it was a good opportunity to come on here and just share your story with those who need to hear this. So would you introduce yourself, who Raza Aziz is? Um, and what led you here where you are today, being a successful digital entrepreneur, and along with many titles you held, and what was
Sure.
your deepest desire?
All right. Well, as you see, as Kat has said, I'm Raza. I live here in Toronto, Canada. And my before the professional background, a lot of times people just see the professional side of things and they just say, oh, Raza, you would be successful, of course. I don't, I mean, I've got a pretty bumpy past. I don't necessarily come from a lineage of entrepreneurs. I come from a very traditional family, actually.
Mm.
My dad was an engineer. My mom was is a housewife, and pretty much I was trained to pretty much go to school and get good grades and find a job and hold on to it. And that's
Mm.
that was the plan that was taught to my parents, and that was the plan that they passed on to me. One of the things that I realize is that the world has completely changed since my parents' time. And that
Absolutely.
rude awakening happened in 2005 when I got married. I've been married for about 17 years now. We have a beautiful daughter.
Wow.
She's 13,
Mm.
teenager. Woo woo.
Yes, I'm not one of them.
I know. I know. And finally, so as I embarked on this journey, and I had a rude awakening in 2005, I realized that most of my time was spent working, and I was really not getting a lot of opportunity to I just got married, my wife and I, we weren't getting too much opportunity to connect, and
Mhm.
we would go to work, come back home, have dinner, go to sleep. I'm like, okay, is this what life is all about? And in a year, my company said that you can take 2 weeks of vacation. I'm
Mhm.
like, this doesn't sound right to me. And that's where the idea started germinating in my head, that there's got to be a better way. And I started speaking to a lot of people, and one of my friends said to me, Raza, you look like the kind of a guy who should read this book. And he handed me a book.
Mhm.
And that book just really changed the way I thought, the way I moved forward. And it has really led me to a journey to getting to this point here. Um,
What was the name of that book, if you don't
the
mind?
book was written by
Yes.
Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor
Mhm.
Dad. Possibly the first ever business or personal development book that I ever read,
Mhm.
and it just led me. And now things didn't work out right away. I hit my head
Mhm.
at the wall many times. I had many failed ventures, and I say this to a lot of people. I said I can count on my one hand the things that I have succeeded in, and I need two hands and more in to count the things that I have failed in, or that I had setbacks in and challenges. So
Mhm.
in life, one of the things that I found is that in order to have a good life, you don't necessarily need to succeed at every single thing. You need to go through your learning experiences. You need to
Mhm.
go through your own challenges and through your own setbacks. And it's really the handful of successes that will ultimately change your life. So that's a little bit about who I am, you know.
Thank you so much for shining a light on that for us. So, what would you say? What was you already touched a little bit. You had this desire for a change, but what was your deep desire for a change? What would you say? What was your inner drive would let you, you know, to take a leap of faith actually and start something new?
Yeah. So the leap of faith over the past 10 years has been has been a muscle that has been very active. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I truly call it a muscle. People can either lean into fear or they can lean into faith.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two things that you would move forward with anyways. So over the past 10 years, I've learned the hard way to leverage faith and just move forward and know and have confidence in myself that I'll figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
But quite frankly, over the past 10 years, I've never been alone. I've always had mentors and people who could guide my path. And I just basically follow the plan. And prior to starting this digital business, I was a professional speaker, and
Mm-hmm.
that gave me an opportunity to travel around the world, speak on many stages, and speak to thousands of people across the world. And I loved my career. I really did. It would my work week looked like, I would a car would come and pick me up at my house. I would be driven to the airport. I would take a flight, go to a different city or a different country.
Mm-hmm.
I would have my team over there. They would have my stage ready for me, and I would go and do my speech, my talk to hundreds or thousands of people. I would get back to the hotel following day. I would get back in the car and come back home, and my work week is done. Right, like it was really a 2-3 day work week, and it
But
was fun.
2020 happened.
Yeah.
2020.
And the thing that happened in 2020, as you already know,
Mm-hmm.
because my work was dependent on travel and on events, it all just came crashing down back in March
Mm-hmm.
2020. So at that time, I really had to look at how do I replace this aspect of our household income. Like anybody, like you, Kat, and like many others, I too have goals, very aggressive goals. And we live in a world where we do not trade cattle, cows, and goats. We
Not
need
anymore.
this thing
Yes.
called money, right? Like money is the currency that we use right now. So I want to make sure that I'm efficient with my time and have multiple sources of income. So that's how I got into this whole online business back in 2020. While I was doing my research, I found out that any person or individual or a company that had figured out this whole online thing was thriving. So I'm like, how do I get in on that? And that's where the system came in handy, because really most of the work was done for me.
That's so wonderfully said. Why I've got really resonated with your story, because I'm a family woman as well, and me and my husband Ben, we've been working so hard even through the pandemic. But prior to pandemic, I work 9 to 5. He does night shift, so we can manage with the childcare. Then it's like when I got home, he already gone to work. When I left in the morning, he was just coming back, so we barely seen each other. And I remember in 2019, when we went for a 10 days holiday, we went to Rome, spent 10 wonderful days together. It was like strangers, spending 10 days together, just getting to know each other again, spending 24 hours, 24/7. We were together for 24/7 every minute. It was like a strange, experience being with someone you married for 15, 20 years almost. And it's just like, because we barely seen each other over the years. It was always work, 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 and just struggling between family and
and Kat, that is so,
commitment.
it's so great that you had that awareness. I think that is the beginning, especially for us
Mhm.
married people. That is that is an awareness that comes. For me, it happened in 2005. For you, it happened to 2019 or 2018, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people, have that awareness, but they don't do anything about it. And I think that's where the leap of faith, that's where guts, that's where courage is needed, to be able to say that, you know what, this is not acceptable to me, and I'm going to look for a change, a way to change this thing. So kudos
Yeah.
to you for taking the journey.
Yes. I think 2020 was a good time. It was a tough time for each one of us globally, all around the world, but it was a good time to just pause and reflect on our life and just recognize what's the most important, time spent with family and loved ones and health, and all those things we took for granted. It's just, it was a game changer. I think not only on a personal level, but on a global level as well. And more of us are waking up to the feeling of appreciation.
Yeah.
And I think it just brings, everything in a different vibration.
Yeah.
So
Totally
I
get it.
am, yes. So this is how this digital business come across my way. To be honest, I wasn't looking for a job. I wasn't looking for another stream of income. I wasn't looking for anything. I just had this deep desire for a change, and I knew, and me and Ben, my husband, we knew we had to do something. We could not continue the way we were, because in March 2021, when we actually looked into this online business, we just went back to the same cycle again, not seeing each other, going to work and dropping kids to school, which is a blessing, an absolute blessing to have them back to school full time, absolute blessing to get, to be able to travel, to be able to leave your house. But it was just like not being able to, we felt like we were stuck where we were. So, and when we realized that and we took that leap of faith, and it's just like suddenly everything just changed, and we opened up to new opportunities, and it was like a wonderful, day of a new
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a journey, right? Like, it's not something that you make a decision and all of a sudden everything changes. It's a journey. It's an
Yes.
evolution of going from being an employee mindset to being an entrepreneur. And there's
Mhm.
a lot of self-learning to be had. And
Absolutely.
so much you learn about yourself. And as you learn about yourself, as you push your limits, you continue to grow. Quite frankly, I am not the same person I was 10 years ago, right? And a lot of times, a lot of people who meet me after a long time, they're like, oh my gosh, Raza, like you're so different, you speak so different, you walk different, you talk different, you think different. And I think that's what's needed these days, especially.
Mhm.
And if there's something that we can teach our kids, it's really the ability to be able to adapt and change, because that's the only constant in this world.
Absolutely. I've got to say, before I even looked into this online business, I had to let go all these negative stories attached to online working, all these negative emotions. When I was told online business, you could do this, look into it, it's amazing. I said, no, nothing to do with me, you know.
Yeah.
So after 3 months, it planted a seed in my head, but after 3 months, um, I had to let go all my self-limiting beliefs go, and all those things holding me back from progressing. And then we actually made that conscious decision, you know, together with me and Ben. We made that decision that we're gonna dive into it because we just felt in love with this opportunity. I'm not even a business-led person,
Mm.
you know, I don't have any experience, but I just felt love with this amazing opportunity, and I'm here because I followed my heart, and I'm becoming a heart-led digital business
Yeah,
owner. And I'm just so grateful to share
that's
this
awesome.
journey.
That's really
Yeah,
great, and it's really great. And now, like speaking across oceans and connecting
wonderful.
with people all over the world. So it's an amazing journey. Congratulations to you for taking the journey on. It's not an easy journey,
Thank you.
and you're doing it. That's awesome.
Thank you. Hey, let's just see. We've got few people watching. We've got Mohammed watching
Hey,
from
Mohammed.
the UK. Hello. Mohammed is one of our business partner. I actually met Mohammed in one of our local meeting in
Oh,
Manchester.
nice,
Such
nice.
a humble and amazing guy. An absolute pleasure to know him, and it's a true blessing. You know, we do our online business. We all do what we do, but when we have opportunity to meet locally,
Mm,
it's just
that's
such a
awesome.
blessing. We've got Sippy, if I
Sippy in the
pronounce.
house. Hey, Sippy, what's up?
Yes. I just got to go from Sydney. How wonderful. Wow. That's what I love about this business. It's just so
Yeah.
exciting, you know, because we all share the present moment. We come from different background,
Mm-hmm.
but not only share the same.
Ooh, the great one, Lydia is here.
Lydia. Hi, Lydia. Lydia is actually my
It's
coach.
so amazing to know all these people. I mean, UK, Australia, Canada. That is amazing.
We've got Mahad
Hey, Mahad.
from the UK, and I met Mahad as well in a
Oh.
local meeting in Manchester. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Mhm.
And Lydia, great to see you too. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you guys. Right.
So good.
So, what would you say to those, Raza, who looking for those who are watching and looking for a change or got this deep desire for a change, but not sure if a digital business is for them? They're actually not even sure what this digital business is. What would you tell them? What would you advise to them? Um, they might be skeptical, you know. What
Yeah,
would you tell them?
I would say, first of all, I congratulate you for those of you who are considering and evaluating. I congratulate you for taking that on. It's not easy to look at doing something out of the ordinary. And at the same time, you have to understand that the world has completely changed. The world as we knew it 2 years ago, it's the different world than we live in now. 5 years ago, it was a different world than we live in now. If you're looking at, gas prices, oil prices, house prices, groceries prices, all of those things are continuing to rise. In the time that you have been in this world, how many times have you seen these prices move backwards? How many times you see real estate prices that they are today to go backwards to what they were 5 years ago?
Mm.
It doesn't happen. So the prices are going to continue to rise. Yet, if you are in a salaried employment, my bet is your salaries are not moving as fast as the inflation or as these prices. And you are probably, if you're not feeling the pinch right now, you're going to probably start feeling the pinch. So you got to start thinking about doing something out of the ordinary. And that's really what my message, that's what Kat's message is really all about, is really challenging yourself to looking outside the boundaries to see what other possibility might be there. And entrepreneurship may or may not be for you, but you'll never really know until you truly take the journey of evaluating it and seeing what's on the other side. Being a salaried being an entrepreneur is really about trying to find a problem out there in the world, and through your products and services and offer, solutioning those problems. And in the process, we end up making money. So that's what really this is all about. And we would love to work with you. We have seen a possibility. We have used, or we are using the possibility. We are leveraging a system that does most of the heavy lifting for you, so that you don't have to get caught up with, the nuances of building a business online. There are a handful of things that you need to be able to do, and that wouldn't take you all day. It would take you about an hour to 2 hours a day, maybe, be able to implement this and see where we land up. And we would love to work with you. You get to meet wonderful people like Kat. Oh, that one.
Yes, I've got to say, before I started my own digital business, I spent hours and hours on not only on social media, but on screen, or using my phone, and basically just killing time. But now, because I've got my own digital business, I spend half of that time and actually leveraging the internet in a more meaningful way, connecting with people in a more meaningful way, creating, change, and helping people to create change and, make a difference, instead of just scrolling up and down and just killing time. So if you are there, and if you are one of them who just spending hours and hours, because it's so addictive, to be honest, being on social media and just do what you do, in your free time, then when you notice you are there, spend hours and hours scrolling up and down. But I felt like I could do so much more with my time, and this is the time we work smarter, not harder. And we are ordinary people, nothing special about us. We just took a chance and took a leap of faith and just tried, something non-traditional, and it makes all the difference. So
that's right.
I truly appreciate you, Raza, for coming on here and share your story and share your
welcome. Thank you so much for having me. It was truly a pleasure meeting you virtually. Hopefully we get to meet in person sometime soon.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah. Whenever you come to Manchester, make sure you visit us.
Yes. I think I know way too many people in UK now, for me, not just UK, all over Europe. So I think I might plot a trip in 2022 to come down there.
It would be wonderful. Yeah, would be a true blessing. Thank you so much again, and thank you each one of you who joined in live or watched the replay. Thank you. We truly appreciate you guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
God bless. Bye from here.